Everybody get up, it's time to slam now.
Come on and slam, and welcome to the jam. Come on and slam, if you wanna jam.
Black, white, brown. Sometimes it ends up tan. I look and it's orange, shades of purple. It's dark, but for some reason, it's overwhelmingly bland. And like my crayons, I mean, as a kid, they was all in a box. I mean, all stuck together. I mean, all hella blocked. Stuck, kind of stuck. I mean, leaking out. Me trying to give extra fucks to my family and my friends, but this cage I've been dying from within. I mean, I'm outspoken, but my metaphors, they're consuming me and starting to get kind of thin. And then, after mastering this aerobics while inhaling this artificial air, the cube's effects on my wins, like when? Or how do we get to stopping, y'all? Countless competitions with our competitors were our peers in this trauma-filled octagon. Like, what is that? What are you? Everybody seems to be one, only no one knows what to do or what you do. Like, why you look like that? Emotional asses up and down with your pen again. Things drawn out right in front of you, but of course you trying to spin again. Self-made circles of sacrifice, counterclockwise. You're an odd oval, rudely rounded. You done fucked up and faded all your friends again. You mad? I mean, raising your hands to get out as much as you can, but nobody don't care. If you're aware, you won't get a chance to win again. So even if you're doing your best to get your feelings out, your ability to wash your sins again are gone. I mean, like an orb filled with all your pain happening right in front of you. Is that a trend or a merry-go-round? Watching your worries go round, trying to find out if you can actually get in. Nah, brother, you will never, ever fit in. Like, what is that? Who are you? Everybody seems to be one, only no one knows what to do or what you do. So they end up extra stuck, walking a straight line, sort of like a preacher, but it can't keep a straight mind. People assuming forward thinking, north and south, all of the damn time. So we lash out. Arrows of hate. They go straight instead of down like the drop of a dime. I mean, cool till you meet them. You find out they greeters. I mean, they feeders, the ones we look up to. And most time we actually need them. I mean, some are gold diggers, the other are woman beaters. Ironically, it's sorry to say that these same people are our admired leaders. So like the shortest distance between any two destinations, the pain is the only way I can indulge to avoid all the microphone cheaters. Like, you can't have my style. What is this? What are you? I mean, everybody seems to be one. I mean, no one knows what to do or what you do. Wait, mid-poem, I think I know it. I mean, kind of anticlimactic though, y'all. It was just a poet. So that Big Brother thing, I was never really the best with it. But literally last night, I had a jail call with my bro, and I really realized that, well, I was never really affectionate or knew how to take love. I mean, me trying to meet girls, talking about I want to make. Yeah, I love my little brother. I mean, since a kid, we had matching vibes. I mean, we stood strong for our mom and agreed that no matter what happened, our eyes might drifted, but we would always see I mean, in us. My Dragon Ball brother. We only saw our best forms when we fused. I'd always be Goku, and he'd be Vegeta. Somehow, our power levels got over 9,000, and we forgot that we were the only ones that could free us. We would go back and forth like, ew, your dark skin, African booty scratcher, You got that off skin. That bugs on, you can't even spray off skin. That why it looks so rough. Your skin don't even look soft skin. That purple and black, you get lost anytime we in the dark skin. And then he be right back on it. Like, ew, boy, you light skin. We always talk about you that soft. That's that not right skin. That you can't even put up your fist. I bet you can't fight skin. That your yellow ass be with all those white people. Look at you. You might as well have that white skin. I'm thinking, well, all right then. I mean, a slave's mentality. So at a young age, we had to learn to fade reality. Before we even left my mom's house, we started out behind. Me and my poverty porn pal was fucked up off the rip. Shadows that had invaded our minds. Like, we didn't know that we shouldn't be at each other. It was crazy. A bit hereditary because the same thing affected my mom. I mean, I got praised more for the trouble I stirred up than being a strong black man. So I don't know why they get confused when I choose the bullshit every time. I mean, I think about the people who I looked up to in the direction they expected me to climb. I'm like, how? Why they want us to fight so much? Like, he was my brother. We was alike so much. It was actually a shame. I mean, pain so sharp, it actually got strange. So many arguments and altercation with each other, we forgot that our saying abilities were the same. I mean, throughout our life, it affected our chi, our chakra, our power levels start failing and falling. It was insane. I wish I had the same thing as Flash. I'd run back in time and stop like Time Force. I need some shit I gotta change. They can consistently, these feelings become a rage. Like most of the time, I think that those are the reasons my brother ended up in a cage. So now I sit on the phone mourning my lost grandmother, jail calls and tears running back. Our lives was the same, y'all. I mean, just the lack of a father. I mean, in God's presence. My brother calling me, telling me that he think he a supervillain because of how he act. Me telling him, are you crazy? We will forever be superheroes. Just make sure God colors our powers in black. I just want to go home and put my sins, they got me lost. I just want to go home, but my wings keep falling off. Wait. I just want to go home, but my sins, they got me lost. I just want to go home, but my wings, they just keep falling off. My granny and my cousin passed away within months of each other. Shit ain't easy. I don't care how strong you are, lost bonds, they could change. I mean, I'm still stuck stupid from every fallen angle. Like, need a rope to climb out of, but depending on how you tie it, well, you could be the one that hangs you. I mean, I kind of zone out to a surf song. That's one of my brothers, he locked up, but I'm still catching gems that could probably change you. But he was on point. I think I'm alive still because God only causes angels. And with all the karma weighing me down, I can only dream to be a fallen angel. I mean, 100 funerals in 60 months. So obituaries and who to bury get sold by the same sad salesman, thinking that spot, it won't fit you one. You better not wait long, because I seen him at the end of the hallway yelling, souls? For those ones? You better come get you one. I mean, those black killings and sad tragedies that used to kind of stop time, well, they don't even get news play now. I mean, one by one. I see God calling folks. Not a Black Lives Matter shirt in sight. Not a city leader with a cool thing to say now. I mean, me looking around like all I see is demons electing demons. I mean, flags swinging more than the gangs on the West Coast when they play around. Me wondering, like, why y'all on y'all knees? There ain't a chance to pray now. I mean, pitchforks and burning horns at the polls and rap shows. Ew, they got hella oil. brainwashed over time. I mean, don't trip. You can get it fixed, even if that shit ain't really for you. I mean, that's just the opposite of holy. So attending it regardless to pass the time, well, you'll learn that it's really for you. And I'm sorry if you disagree. Over time, it'll get in your mind, and I'm sure it might fit your sins. I mean, same flaws as my father. I'm still here dealing with the same shit again. Yup, looks up. I am only still here because God only causes angels. And with all of my karma weighing me down, I can only hope to be a fallen angel. Hey, fuck that. I just want to go home, but my sins, they got me low.
B stands for beneath you, between you. Let me be with you. While you inside of me, I'm creaming repeatedly, playing my role accordingly. I'll submit, but only if you make me. And that leads to E, engulfed in you and your energy. The more time you spend with me will have you preparing a list of possibilities, multiple probabilities of how many ways you could send for me. Cause girl, we going in, and I ain't never scared. I'd let you take me there. Watching your tongue roll around my clit, do that little neat thing when I let you hit. Turn on the playlist, let me see your hips. See, that stands for your pretty face as you come for me. Let me use your knee. We in the perfect position, your lap is a cushion, two, maybe three fingers pushed in. And then we got H, cause I'm holding on, and honey, your name is being moaned all night long. Your neighbors know our song. Don't worry about that long distance, cause we could be on the phone. Either way, you ain't getting that nut out alone, cause I'm going on and on. Let me not get too carried away. I'ma bring it back. P. That P is for this pussy juice. The way she turns up just for you. We chasing nut after nut like duck, duck, goose. Baby, don't never turn this coochie loose. Aren't you gonna watch me rub one out for you? As you give me clear directions, watching you plant kisses in different sections. You see, these sessions are filled with hidden confessions. Every motion from you is a blessing. We going all night. We ain't getting no rest in. E is for edge me. This is your show. Let me ride that strap like a rodeo. Watch me pose, film this stop motion. Cause I wanna sin bad while we skin clad. Make our old bitches big mad thinking about what they still could have had. Squirting and sloppy kisses, let our nut count reach the double digits, wrist tied and pussies dripping, cause we been tripping. Now you got me tripping. Baby, are you listening? From the moment you pushed in, you had me gasping and grasping, handling all this ass, and that leads to the last S, as we make mess after mess, a symphony of our noises. The neighbors shall know no rest from the moment we get undressed.
Flickering in and out of existence, this dance I twist with reality. Light fades, then reignites my mentality. Each pulse bringing me closer to my true state of being, freeing my soul, allowing me to behold a pure sight and true love above all else. I feel this need to promise myself, even when I lose hope, to keep going, glowing with the warm, radiant light. I push past the darkness with each flicker of my essence. All the lessons I've learned, the patience I've earned, unconcerned with the petty things people seem to be trapped by. I keep my mind as sharp as this light that slices into the dark parts of my heart. It illuminates, then eliminates any doubt. As long as I keep pure intention, the intensity of my light will flicker brighter with each pulse of the fire burning in my soul. Hoping to grow old, enough to make a real difference in this world that we all live in. I'll never give in to the temptation of taking the easy way. Shit, breeze through the day by day. I believe in me. I see that we can all become the things we most treasure when we work together. Hold each other close in cold weather. Keep our souls as light as a feather. Flicker in and out, our breath keeping pace. Flicker in and out into a better space. Flicker with me. Flicker bright with haste. Flicker with me now. We have no time to waste.
Pass the salt. I said, pass the damn black salt W.L.F. This chicken is bland WTF, and so is my miserable life. Just another black man, but it's not enough to just be black anymore. You gotta walk the walk, talk the talk, and carry a little salt. Preserve the meat. Can you stand the heat? Cooking up a salty storm in my flooded cauldron like the salty sea. Call me the salty Bermuda Triangle, but don't call me if you ain't got the balls or the appetite, the unmitigated gall it takes to be the light. Pride of a lion, humble as a saint, crucified upside down because I'm not worthy to be praised. Follow me into the ocean, call me the Flying Dutchman, an old legend, son of a sailor, daughter of the sea. Love is a foolish thing that mermaids and sirens take advantage of. This will be my last song, so please, please, pass the damn salt.
There you are, grabbing that hold of that mutant boomerang of a video game controller, eyes glued to the radioactive gaming screen, thumbs resting firmly on the controller stick and A button, barrel rolling and blasting away at the forces of intergalactic evil in Star Fox 64. You're freaking out in joy because you're freaking out in joy like the honeycomb mascot because the controller is vibrating because of a new thing called a rumble pack attachment. When all of a sudden you look up at the clock, it's 3:30. You're not going to miss Pokemon on that living room 32-inch Panasonic. So you rapidash your way towards the living room couch, diving with TV remote and cable box remote in hands, spinning an exact 180 degrees midair with flair as he descends towards a lumpy comfort. As you do so, you simultaneously turn on both the TV and cable box with the channel already set. Nobody knows how cool of a kid you can be behind the social awkwardness. You'll have growing pains in puberty and therapy, but enough of that. You waited your entire day to watch Pokemon. This is the time of day you don't have to worry about trying to fit in. Your fourth grade class pretending to like you for one day and threw you in the dirt the next. This is the time of day you aren't the loneliest kid in recess, playing kickball by yourself's a drag, but later on you'll be rounding up other rejects and shoot basketball every day in fifth grade. This is the time of day you don't think about your dad who will slip into a seemingly unbreakable depression, or all about how hard your mom is trying and working to be able to sustain the family by herself, only to witness the statue of the woman rust away. But what can you do? You're 9 years old. You have some math, science, and language arts homework. But it can wait. It can all wait. Just make sure you fit in that healthy dosage of visual serotonin into your system as you have fun, as you turn on, tune in, and drop out with Pokemon.
Open letter to Deku, or to the boys who dream too big. They will tell you in the real world, there are no heroes. No one is coming to save you. No one to give you the shirt off your back or the hair off their head, only wishes and hard work. It will seem like everyone has something you just ain't got. A quirk, an answer, a saving grace. And even so, most would rather be the villain, figure it easy to destroy the world than rebuild it. But I've seen the way you hold hope in clenched fists. Got all that prove it in your posture and find out in your fingertips. And maybe no one comes to save you, except the people who teach you to save yourself. So save yourself, because empty cups can't fill oceans, and too many of us are walking around with deserts for hearts, waiting for a hero we never thought would come. Teach the world to believe in dreams again, in heroes again.
According to Frank White, this country spends $100 billion a year on getting high, and it's not because of me. See, cocaine in this confederacy has always been just a white off for czars that cat and mouse powder to power, just never Johnson and Johnson enough for FDA approval, yet coke enough to cola county after county, make country capital with capital to spare, make it ism. Transmission, greed to engine, predilection of addiction to money. It's hilarious how noxious goes up nostrils and blow out kingpins. I mean, councilmen. I mean, secret society of services serving secrets on patriot platters. Call it stimulant, maybe stimulus. Part incubus, all sinister. Maybe senators have blind eyes in regards to street dreams when crime is prime real estate for warmongers, starving for fillet of flesh in 9-pound increments, graduated from small calibers to magnum, come loud with it. 4-5 made Dirty Harry poster child for Do You Feel Lucky? Punctuated by hollow points that fancy themselves periods, maybe exclamation at point of sale, no question. They stretch Armstrong, any arms race till it's 10 toes down, under footnotes, call it conclusion of conspiracy. Same tongues made fed tax rates, dice rolls, down Elysium, Olympian hills on Elysium wheels, tumbling, tricking trinkets that head or tails you into tales of victory. Call it constitution, illusion of choice in a land where lost souls equal proof and praise of good ship Jesus. Hallelujah. They say everything gonna be better when we die. When we die, hallelujah. Everything gonna be better. Praise good ship Jesus when we die. Ain't gonna be no more needles needed to need the needy into fiends in need of treatment. Seek relief from trigger squeeze. Semi-automatic, less democratic than Republicans trying to add red and blues instead settled for dead hues of muddy waters splashed on dirty shields. Sheets. Bleats like sheep who creep around corners. Call it surveillance. Big brother's brother following orders, pitching quarters, overcharging for corrupted quarter waters, says forward progress toward utopia, one bullet at a time, maybe a gram, till we Mississippi, goddamn Alabama, black belt Bible, Mississippi, yo ass into oblivion. Submission. Let us pray. May your last rites roll, Jordan, roll, be just left behind by shadows, swallowed by silent saviors on the astral plane, high as heaven, chasing dragons in a junkie's paradise, sipping absence of absinthe and nightmares of intoxication, dreaming of the high life.
Wisdom, for me, has been earned through pain. And I'm not sure that your pain is the kind that I can survive again, so I am begging God for eyes beyond my own to see with and ears beyond my own to hear with. Hands not my own to feel with. Craving your heartbeat has become an addictive trait that I never wish to have encoded into my DNA, bloodstream unflawed, because in spite of the pain, loving you was never a mistake. But it was always my give and all of your take, afraid that I would never be able with you to tell what was real from what was fake. So instead, I wait for shoes that I cannot possibly fit, to drop notes that are out of my range to flop and fall short of somewhere between my head, my heart, and my lips. So I wait. Wait to be driven insane by your lack of logic. How can I feel safe in arms that scream in adjectives, the language of toxic? I cannot function without your touch. But I also fear that your touch will be too much. I fear that it will cause far more harm than good. You push me away, and when I want you near, then scream fear when I run in the direction that you pushed me in. Speak one thing, but your actions are so clear. You are like a tornado, and my only instincts can guide me through the noise of your hurricane, blind as a bat searching for the frequency to guide me back to sanity. I am mentally exhausted too soon into this trip, and somewhere between my tears and your fears is power. It's enough power to cause planets to flip and lose sight of their own axis. And every time that I think that I am finally done, I find out what my new max is. So I guess wisdom wasn't picking up the gun, it was knowing what to load it with. because I am doing my very best to make sure that I don't leave this relationship without unloading all of the clips of tries with no lies, tries with the right amount of pressure between the clutch and the gas, blown away by all of the gas but no brakes. I just want a place to rest my faith, a place where my submission can be safe. So until I find it, I suppose I'll have to find comfort in the storms that have become my new resting place.
I see you over there looking like a tall glass of orange juice. I refuse just to let you become a distant memory. The beauty strings me along like piano keys as I'm picturing your hearts dancing, creating an ensemble in a dance floor. The feet moves to the beat with my heart fluttering. I mean, you catch me in your peripheral, glazed glass, and in the middle of a daydreaming. But can you blame? I mean, you are hypnotizing. And you have this light that streams perfectly from the pores of your skin. Yeah, you get it. But I just stare at you while you're unaware that you might have just caught with Mr. Ivy, Mr. Right. So I'm wondering, what are you thinking? While you sipping on the apple martini, are you picturing your next romantic evening? Because I see you wriggling in your seats and the thoughts look like they're heavy in your feelings. And now you're smiling. Oh, it's pretty. Is it for me? Because temptation to accept your invitation has me melting from this distance. So now anticipating what the next move is. But then our eyes lock. Then your grin makes my jaw drop. So, bartender, I'm gonna need one more shot, please, and then another martini for the special lady. Then I walk over and display my confidence, but my heart's pounding. But you don't even know that. Just sit back and allow this smooth operating to take you out later. Because I just want to show you what a night to remember looks like. As we dance to the Duke underneath the moon. So then I have this pleasure in holding hands while we're walking and talking about our future endeavors, like must be forever we're together. Or is it possible to cuddle in the snow when it gets cold and listen to the fireplace crackle as we snuggle drinking hot cocoa? Or do you mind if one night we ride through the city lights? I mean, I drive. Or you know what would be nice? Slow dancing in the kitchen. And then you singing your favorite song playing on the radio. I mean, just follow me into my dreams as we're heading to the moon, feel like each other's energy. Because all we doing is kissing. So what you think? Then smiling, you say, are you going to say something? And is that apple martini for me? Wait, what's happening? And you tell me all I said was hello and just started staring. Dang, she done caught me in a daydream. Embarrassing. But at least she's laughing. But time's passing. Like, what do I say? And I go into my huddle with my inner self, like, compliment her dress or tell her I bet she looks good naked. No, Georgie, stop being human. But I bet a hugs do feel warming. Yeah, I can't say I love you. No, Mariel. It might be a little bit too soon. But look how she moves with so much style and grace. I mean, what should I say? I mean, it's the fourth quarter and we're in the eighth and we need to make this play. Okay, good. Good evening. But giggling beauty spot. No, don't worry. You winning. Because I like corny and I see you trying not to be, but just loosen up and be free. Talk to me. Good. Because I didn't know how long I was going to put up that skeptical. But hello. My name is Mariel, and I'm the most recent victim of Cupid's arrow.
Doldrums playing on the beach shoved in my ears to drown out noise. Ocean sounds in my beats help insomniac sleep. Deep sleep, drop dead sea, drop dead not gorgeous. When this human is finally at rest, but you think you are compelled by Christ to speak or make a sound to rouse me. You need to tread lightly, do not tread on me. It's clear for all to see what is needed, yet Drop Dead is playing on repeat in my head. When you need to speak, good morning, afternoon, or night, when I have said it without words to an empty room, you bring gloom upon yourself. When you turn on the light, can't read the room, drop dead, a-hole, for waking me with your nonsensical Muppet vibe, for the lack of life in your eyes, projecting your agenda on mine, you speed full throttle ahead with no driver's license. Can't you see I'm sleep deprived? And then you walk away, feet pounding floor with the force of an army like nothing. To complete your mission of making me hate your presence on this earth, to do whatever it is you do when you awake at the crack of dawn to start your day, you have done no favors to the rest of us who want to stay unconscious. Drop dead, it's my happy place, where I don't have to be handed one more problem, as you never tire of passing them on to me, or any captive audience, body with a pulse, so you can be mindlessly happy, so you can go dance with yourself, or adjacent to anybody with a pulse till you're out of tune, while leaving me the wreckage of your missteps, dumpster fire life in your wake. No social graces, drop dead, you can blow your nose any louder, signaling final resting place about to cease. Cacophony is about to commence. Become the leader of the band marching down the street to Wawa to get your coffee and breakfast sandwich, then hurry back home so you can start it all again. When won't this be my life? The years pass me by, I just get older and weary to the facts that I continue to not get this right. Chucky explained. I became a Chucky fan overnight, too scared when younger to risk fright, nightmare to watch psycho killer terrorize child and senseless murder on a mission to regain so-called human form. Through voodoo appeared his doll bride, Tiffany, tried step work, failed to make amends to those who survived. No victimless crimes, the relentless search for life manifested by incantations through amulet. A strange offspring assumed birth after Child's Play 3 in Graveyard, after sex between dolls filmed on screen. Whereabouts somewhere in England, sadistic ventriloquist performer, they ran away. Glenn or Glenda, seed of Satan, spawned in unexplainable plastic, made in Japan, speaking the language of Son of Chucky. Flew across pond to Hollywood to become one with parents, but further exploited through plot twist. Mommy disemboweled another victim after calling a sponsor for her killing problem. Voodoo made another artificially inseminated seed, accelerated pregnant human Jennifer Tilly, birthed twins, boy and girl. Chucky has had enough of this world, changed plan to be human, has revelation. Mortality cramps his style, references metafan following, reputation digging being killer star Chucky. Tiffany, in search of the dream, is leaving this bride body, becoming Tilly, and honey, I'm taking the kids. Chucky murders bride, but Tilly switched, and Glenda commits patricide. Chucky cheering on his own demise. Back as severed arm to terrorize split personality twin. Gender confusion, split and contusion by illusion of infusion into non-conjoined babes. Must be unalive, but who is Alice? Not from Brady's. What happened? To them, next thing I know, murder spree by multiple personalities. Tiffany and Tilly and Chucky and Nika, tongue-tied, twisty, no sequel.
If Winter was a woman, I look her in the face and tell her, like, it'd be you. I mean, told to be frozen daily. I mean, El Nino blowing, not seen, but those chill vibes, it reveal lives. I mean, I tried to push as truths. So those other 3 seasons have some similarities. There's only one that could even kind of blow me over like you do. I mean, the time zones, the zip codes, they change, branches forming like cold icicles. I mean, each raindrop also where the pain stops or it gets brick formed like frozen nickels, while causing most folks to bundle up. I mean, hot cocoa and mini vibes. I mean, heated blankets and Netflix made lonely ones kind of feel alive. All that shit was true. I mean, her words, her curbs and temperature controls, just how I live and the things I do. I mean, so cool and so cute. Prepping for arrivals of Angle, well, they were so acute. Moving fluently in every in and out, but her saying things that mesmerize me in my face like, boy, stay on mute. Y'all, please believe me. Her shit hit like Sub-Zero, riding an Articuno on the way to fight a death fight with Aokiji. Either way, per frost till I burn, even a hot hit like me didn't know what to do. Even the seeds overfroze like the first freezer. Like, we don't know what's true. I mean, if winter was a woman, better words, I'd hardly have a clue. Her words, her essence, her blessing, it changed the size, forming over right time. I'm like, chill, relax for something new. I mean, bringing calm to a very volatile world. Those frozen tundras strike like underwater thunder, but it's pushing me right through. Like, girl, I just love you. So if winter was a woman, well, I at least say she was extra cool. I'm both violent, but so silent, literally moving like my main muse. I mean, yep, so much like winter, so many of the same traits. I mean, I barely have a clue because I am damn near anemic, anti cold weather. So her love, it's a breeze, but I ain't never getting close to you. This nigga is blowing me. Why is his voice starting to crack again? Like, boy, fuck poetry. You and your feelings, sounding and looking non-solid. Why you sad? Nigga, you whack again. I mean, standing on business, but looking and lingering, kind of trapped again. Too high, no lie, but wondering why I'm sitting here right in front of new folks, arguing with rap again. Like I've healed harmed humans, but self-love is looking like what you lack again. Rap like, I hate when you in that box, climbing and trying to change, but seeing hitting ops. More like rap's getting thin. Rap like Fox, is you listening? I mean, because all I hear is, when's your next feature? I see you extra busy, but most time people being nosy already competing with you. Then there's angry vibes and dispositions that I clearly don't deserve. But if I give as much as me as they do them, people will look at me like, look at this light skinned nigga. I know he got fucking nerve. Listen, rap, I gotta chill. I wanna be mad at you, rap. Spaz out, bars back to back. I wanna go back and not rap. I'm like, listen, rap, me and you are learning to live. I'm being honest, y'all. I really don't got nothing to give because poetry helps save my life. I won't let it be something that literally drains my light. I mean, unprotected, so also a loss of sight. Like rap. I grab rap by his shoulders, like, bro, you was with me. I mean, so if anyone understands why I can't give up now, rap, you should get me. Like, I'm not being soft, nigga. Nah, I'm just doing what God said I should do for the city. I mean, rap, I stood on stages, side by side my sins, surrounded by the sounds of nothing. Folks just staring. And I stayed there strong and patient, rap. Where the fuck was you at? Like I was in love. I was trying to be a thug. My mother and father wasn't even there. Like, why you wasn't giving me hugs? Like, I watched waterfalls down waterfall. I mean, stuck in pure infatuation. I mean, and I cried many tears. That shit was like red rain. It went right back up. Like rap. Was that life's evaporation? I mean, confused because the cluster of clouds I thought was formed from the fog of the fallen. Again, no, y'all. It was a lack of information. But I kept trying. I carefully helped care for and created new places to live without dying. I made sure to really take my time. I mean, oh, wait, I'm back. I made sure to take my time to make sure with the shit I passionately created. I mean, even a phone call can throw me off from this poem. I'm like, now, y'all, I'm so fucking motivated because I'm back here thinking I'm stuck, thinking about giving up, wondering, like, if I'm even giving enough to things I can't control. Like, am I even living enough? Life, that is. I'm not even sure if this poem is half right, that is. Yelling to myself, like, it's rap, right? Or the rap, smoke a blunt with poetry, and become the only thing left to save my life. That was rhetorical. I know it was right.
The thing about my writing and my poetry is I ain't doing this for the popularity. If my work ain't being scored fairly, I'ma question your integrity and your ability to see through the light in me. That's blinding you to what real wordplay looks like to a fool. Now I want to read and hear out of you. Because I know your vocab is trash and that tip is dull as fuck too. See, like you can't upkeep conversation. A bunch of ums and uhs. Now we both lost in translation. You don't understand, but you spitting. Do you know any of them words by definition? From what I've heard, the plot is always missing. You wasting ink and now I'm livid. Picture half painted so nothing is fucking vivid. Let me break it down a little more slowly. The best writers I know are also known to read, and we do it avidly. Yet every time you open your mouth, I wish you wouldn't speak or breathe. Keep grabbing at the dictionary to fluff up your last piece. You still don't know what none of that shit means. So I'ma raise mine, put it in between your teeth, slide my vernacular in your throat, no diddy. The last lady you want written beef with is a bitch like me. An overthinker who writes, an avid reader who bites back, cause at first, this was written in jest. Then I realized I'm not joking in none of this shit. So I'ma say it with my chest and stand on business, because it's not often I'm impressed by those who are here for a popularity contest.
My mind unwinding, finding clues I left behind me. Designed for my uprising, I choose the breath inside me. Lined by undying views of a muse who sat beside me. Knowledge I held tight to. Language I spelled right through. Image I excelled my sights true. Through pieces of my past life into speeches that I cast live, a few breaches in my glass eye review teachers as I pass by. I grew true glitches to expand my mind in lieu of bass vibes. Sincerely, who knew the hinges had been swinging freely, briefly allowing wishes to seep deep into reality? Clearly astounding, these glimpses creep around me. It's beginning to allow me to see how we fit existing in this now beat. I sit emitting a resounding bright light that surrounds me, insisting I might take flight. Proudly, loudly I sound off, tossed a few words into the sky while I fly around lost. Spew 2/3 of my mind at no cost to you or whoever happens to cross paths with a version of me rapping about these diversionary tactics. Certain words to make 'em backflip. Shit, I classically spit magic. Just so happened to burden birds who passively flew past it. I sarcastically chew plastic. Surge into Earth's passage. Managed to do damage artistically, rhythmically laughing about all the past lives I was trapped in. The one known as no one knows what happened. So I fashioned a glowing orb from a flowing storm so I had something to pass him for hunting crass hymns. While transmitting Gnostic visions by twisting optic ribbons, I remember being born on more than one occasion. A defender who is sworn to warn all of the neighbors. I render my physical form based on all the greatest. Am I the bravest or a sadist? Flipping through all life's pages, I found out that we're all made with the same sound vibration. I blame ground displacement for lame unbound migrations. So salutations, my friends, with all my love and appreciation.
I'm gonna take the whole thing. Fuck a portion, enough to buy me a big fat potion, cause I'm a big fat person that needs more than a baby aspirin. Big crystals, big crosses, big ankhs, big mandalas. She got a big root chakra, fat enough to falsify your persona, turn you into a different person, or perhaps you pretend not to play her game. The matriarch is weeping, the earth is bleeding, but you don't believe me. It's just superstition. Superstition just kill you. Root chakra will release retribution. Wonder what happened. You're not ready for Mother Earth's earthquake. Big houses, but not for the homeless and jobless. Big cars, but nowhere to park. Big headphones, but no time to listen. Big contradiction, like a family tradition to never have children. Mankind has denied root chakra simplicity. We must return to base chakra basics. Face it, humanity's been dark places. If humanity keeps gambling, eventually we'll draw the ace of spades. That's right, the death card. We've come so far, but somehow have gone nowhere at all. Mankind's complex modalities will be our demise. We must return to base chakra, basics.
Somehow, we went from a game of the floor is lava to the country is on fire. We are all afraid of the flames, but it is the smoke that kills you first. It is the inhale, the blackened lungs, the choke, long before it is the burn. We have been breathing in the fumes of hatred for a while now. Maybe since the last election or the first, since the gaslighting, the raking of the coals, the fanning of the flames. Do you feel the heat? Does your patriotism feel like a slow burn or a bonfire? Which is to say, is it a celebration or a riot? Do you find yourself praying your neighbor's house doesn't also burn down? Do the sirens sound like an answered prayer or a devil's cry? I know sometimes we have to destroy in order to rebuild, but does destruction always have to feel so damn apocalyptic?
I need to rid myself from unhealthy relationships, situationships, companionships. It is detrimental to my health and well-being. Seeing is believing and believing is seeing. That it can possibly stress me to a point of catching a case, not worth the record or sentence that I could face for allowing unhealthy relationships all in my space. More positive encounters need to replace those poisonous situations that in past I've embraced. Not trying to be locked up in an asylum by all the bullshit that was caused by them, involving myself on a whimsical thought that I had finally found him. But the conclusion was quite grim. I am on a diet, a fast, if you will, from the foolishness and nonsense and the temporary thrill that may push me to a place to consider. Should I kill these joy-draining people which try to steal into my logic, common sense? Are they for real? I am on a diet from those that interfere with my spiritual. Major mistake. Testing my faith. My soul is at stake, for heaven's sake. I'm not risking that. And definitely not for beefcake. I am on a diet. I've often heard that you are what you eat. And some think this is a treat. Not judging you. But once said, I will not repeat. Because of the word choice, I normally would refrain, but it was necessary to make it plain. In short, I will explain. Dick, or for some other pussy, I personally abstain so I don't become that of the same name. So, I am on a diet. Scratch that. Perhaps a lifestyle change, because diets are temporary. No plans to backslide on that same shame. Must cleanse myself of toxic people or risk my character being defamed, which is something I'm desperately not trying to claim. Regular exercise of my mental will be my claim to fame, not driven to gluttony of drama like lean muscle. I will attain contentment, which is the goal I strive to retain so I can flex my peace and remain sane.
1. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the fascist states of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under Trump, extremely divisible, with liberty and justice for Trump. 2. Satan forgot to flush him down, and we had the opportunity to do just that. I guess there's just too much shit in those pipes, for Trump has a way of resurfacing, bringing more problems than any solutions. 3. Moving forward, job applications should omit convictions in the background check in the same fashion they should have removed relative job experience in 2016. 4. So what is the difference between a Trump supporter and a Nazi? Y'all traded an armband for a cap. Y'all are supporting a racist and fascist regime. 5. hope we don't see another devastating hurricane run through that supposed island of floating garbage, because my family would be absolutely fucked. We're gonna need more than paper towels to solve a problem, cabrón. Chingate maga sucia 6. Maybe we need something worse than a pandemic to remind the masses that we the people made the wrong choice, but I doubt it. America likes it rough. Again, I kink shame you eternally. 7. You either die a hero or you live long enough to become the villain. Funny how you're becoming the same thing you villainized in World War II. Wish.com Hitler is probably going to lead us into World War III. Maybe we need something ugly to happen here so that we can never again repeat the same mistakes leading to this moment in history in a similar fashion that Germany distanced themselves from Nazism. 8. To any people of color who voted for Trump, I hope you never are on the receiving end of police brutality, because y'all voted for the police to have immunity. 9. Lady Liberty is crying her eyes out with tears flooding the streets throughout America. There are no lifeboats in sight. 10. America's misogyny is too afraid to have a woman president. 11. On the day after the election, my first customer said to me, "Today's a great day to be an American." Define what it is to be American, other than deplorable. 12. Yo, I made it at 12. Can Trump even count to 12? Yet people actually count on him to run a country. 13. Sequels tend to be worse than original.
It's called Stealing the Moon, among other things. So I woke up this morning from a dream about Paris with tourist me attempting to get the perfect picture of the Eiffel Tower, only to realize that I wasn't really there. I knew something didn't look right about my mind's eye tower. For one thing, it was only halfway lit up, and the rest of us was in the dark. How can this be right for the City of Lights? Also, something about the surrounding scene was cartoon-like. When I was really there on my honeymoon, we were cruising down the River Seine when I noticed the only light visible was that of the stars' moonless sky. It seemed that someone shut the switch off on the rest of the city. We were deprived of that experience, and the mum speakers that kept secrets, not caring to say what infamous historical site we were passing next. One looming dark shadow creeping by after another cast a shadow on my marriage. This cruise was recommended by my mother and the travel agent, who had no clue how they paved our road with good intentions, or how disappointing and eerily silent newlywed life can be. Silence of the deserted riverbank, except for the hum of the riverboat engine moving slowly through the black water of our life together. I was expecting so much more than the pain from the dent in my bank account and in my heart, it being the first and decidedly last time in Paris. Unfortunately, it was not my first heartbreak. It was hard for me not to compare Paris to New York. Initially being bright-eyed and hopeful for my future there as an artist, spending a year in college learning the subway like the back of my hand, always smelling of piss and steam rising from the bowels of the city, familiar feeling of fear mixed with anxiety attack, had to push back down my throat, knowing it was too late to turn back now, and reminding myself, this is what I signed up for. Reluctantly leaving my safe place in New Jersey and returning years later, still scared to walk alone, getting out flashlight/stun gun from my theft-proof purse, illuminating dark places on purpose, exposing despicable to me evil intentions that they know I'm not to be messed with, returning my mind to cartoon movie, heroine of her story with lipstick stun gun she confidently used to capture man. Her man, who she so admired for attempting to steal the moon. Before that night, I only dreamt this was possible.
Yeah. It's time that we celebrate the nation that is founded. The rights to keep our fundamental freedoms is astounding. Life and liberty of influence that's around us. Trying to pursue a happy life has got y'all frown. We take so much for granted, not knowing what we're missing. We argue with each other, then taking some time to listen. Republicans and Democrats refuse to show affection. We're even more divided when we vote in these elections. Our principles were founded on the true values of faith, but God has taken out of everything that we forget to pray. They kneel Most have died for this country just to keep our hope alive. I've been a U.S. citizen since 1995. We're blessed to be living the American dream, where we can work, pray, love, and be on one another's team. I'm proud to be American, and not because I hate it, but simply because hard-working patriotism made it. Our country is in crisis, and we're stepping up to change it, but the citizens are people who have waited upon to save it. America's the greatest, but people say it's racist. And if you hate the country, then why don't you just escape it? The land of the free is what our countrymen created. So if you love America, then let me hear you say it. I love America. I love America. I love America. I love America. Firecrackers in the sky, we gon' let them know. All the patriotic people, we gon' let them know. If you love the greatest country in the world, let me hear you say Now we understand that having freedom doesn't mean it's free. Take a look in the mirror and reflect on what you see. What do you like? What do you do? Who you really wanna be? Are you wanting to put country over all your family? Politicians give no crap about the people, they just want endorsements. Have they ever thought about funding our law enforcement? If I'm on the run, then I might need a search warrant, so I can take off and go be somewhere important. Rich men only care about the pounds. They living in the mansions while we living on the ground. Like cries over falling, the other people's reaching down. When the trumpets blow, now we up and singing downtown. The battle we will fall, but together we will win. How can we move forward if we never make amends? Just trying to choose our gender before the age of 10. But if they don't know history, they'll have to do it all again. We need to show love instead of showing so much hatred, especially the people who get angry and frustrated. I get up every morning cause I'm feeling motivated to live, grow, learn, and become more educated. This is not the main, it's ready to or fake. I'm not for either one, so don't you get it complicated. From Canada to Mexico, the U.S. is my favorite. And if you love America, then go ahead and say it. I love America. I love America. I love America. I love America. Firecrackers in the sky, we gon' let them go. All the patriotic people, we gon' let them know. If you love the greatest country in the world, let me hear you say. As a kid, I was taught to love my brothers, sisters, and brothers. Always taught to never diss a person on color. Always cherish America and learn how to love her. Even though our country hasn't made some we suffer. Everybody's looking for a better life. Spend it with their loved ones, their friends, their husbands, and their wives. Tomorrow isn't promised, so let's make it great. And remember the promises that our founder fathers made. From World War II to the economic boom. Inflation and affordable goods to consume. Check out the paycheck that all of us are living. We can simply feed our families on Thanksgiving. This nation that we're blessed to call home to the brave. It's what our troops died for while buried in the grave. From Hollywood to Washington to New York City, I love America, and if you do, sing it with me. I love America. I love America. I love America. I love America. Crackers in the sky, we gon' let them go. All the patriotic people, we gon' let them know. If you love the greatest country in the world, let me hear you say.
As a child, they taught me sky's the limit, but never that limit doesn't reach past my skin color or my gender. Ambition trapped in suffocated dreams, bouncing off glass ceilings, screaming to be free, daring to stretch beyond boundaries our ancestors would only dream. You look at me and see weakness, figure only soften burdens, but never good enough to lead. Quick to throw angry on my shoulders when my voice rises with passion and purpose, blind to strength implanted in my genes. Thinking I'm featherweight, incapable of making important decisions. Yet, who do you think holds it down, balancing world on back, even on verge of crumbling? I'm good enough to bear your children, laying in my soft folds, keeping your house running smooth as silk, be your peace, your calm after storms. Just never good enough to sit at heads of table with you. You want my resilience, but doubt my resolve. Need my strength, but question my senses. And what about all my comebacks and breakthroughs? This isn't just about me, though. We as women have shattered many expectations, from boardrooms to banks and education to state. We've stood firm in front of the very system built to deny us. You call us too ambitious, hard to work with, bossy, difficult, even cold. And sometimes you call us whores, willing to do anything to get ahead, turning our confidence into threats, our decisiveness made into defects. When you leave, we're still here, picking up pieces shattered where you left off, filling in gaps, building homes out of grit and heart, holding it together even as shadows stretch long, making something out of nothing when there's no one left to call. We're foundation, backbone, strength refusing to fold. And I carry the same backbone raised from generations, same hands that heal and build, same heart that knows weight of sacrifice. I've been leading all along. Only now we're refusing to shrink. So why does the sight of a Black woman raising in her greatness unnerve the world built to overlook her strength? We're not just breaking ceilings, we're claiming space, turning every no into yeses, making them our stepping stones, showing a world that underestimates us. We're more than enough to raise nations, birth empires, and lead with a force you'll never forget. Always have been, always will be, because we are simply Black women.